I wouldn't even mind if we made love once in a while. It's like slow death, Ash. I am nice to you, I am sympathetic to you, and you just sit there. I want more,
Erica, I know what you want.
Oh, and I know what you want. You want to go on being depressed, and you want to go on buying those pointless and expensive gadgets and living off of me, and indulging in self-pity. Well, I don't like it. I don't like it for me, and I don't like it for you.
Apparently not.
You know, I have other options. They're becoming increasingly attractive. Jacob, I think you need to get back up on your feet and start running again. And if kicking you out's the only way to make that happen...
Erica, you got a point.
Yeah, she had a point. I don't know who it was who said it's better to lose at love than not to love at all, but I was beginning to think he was wrong. It was my year for losing things. My instincts, my job as a reporter, and now Erica. A friend of mine worked for one of those rich downtown artists. She called and said he wanted to find something he'd lost when he was poor. She didn't say what it was, and I didn't ask.
Nice.
Take a break, Ann. Gerald McMurtry.
Jacob Ash.
How you doing?
Good.
This is a interesting place you got here.
Yeah. So, how well did you know Mona?
Very well.
You're honest. That's what I need right now. Jacob, 12 years ago, I had a wife and a young son, Brian. I walked out on them. I haven't seen them since.
Why'd you leave?
Ambition? Simple as that. Well, not quite as simple as that. When I married Laney, I thought she was self-sufficient and tough. She turned out to be weak, dependent, and masochistic. It went back a long way. Her father raped her and beat her and terrible things. Hey, Mona. Eventually, he blew his brains out in the living room one Sunday night.
Welcome back, Jacob.
I can't explain it clearly, but this last year, I've really wanted to find my son. I don't know where I expected Laney to take him, but I didn't expect Palm Springs.
Why do you think they're in Palm Springs?
An old friend of mine just bought a gallery there. My work's going to open it. Last week he called and said he saw Laney and Brian driving down Palm Canyon. He might be mistaken, but I doubt it. Her mother used to live out there.
So why doubt it?
She hated the place, and she hated her mother, and I mean hated. But then it's a woman's privilege to change her mind. Well, you want the job?
I think it's the Buddhists who say a man should measure his wealth by what he can do without. Well, I was a rich man. Took me 10 minutes to pack everything I owned, including the expensive gadget, and I was on my way. Maybe I should have told McMurtry, you can't go back. But I didn't. I didn't because as much as he needed to locate his past, I needed to locate my future. And there was another reason. The hell with the Buddhists. I needed the money.
Hello? Hello? Hello, anybody here?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, bring them around the back.
Bring what around the back?
The pictures?
I'm Jacob Ash.
He's not taking this seriously. I told him I'd deal with the trucking, but he said no. Now he's taken so long, I only have a day left to hang.
I'm here to find Brian and Laney. You could make my job a lot easier if you've seen them again. Have you?
No, and I wish I hadn't seen them in the first place. Oh, this is typical of Jerry. He left them flat broke in some dump in Venice. For 12 years, he doesn't have a conscience. Now that I mentioned that I thought, mind you, that I saw them driving down Palm Canyon in a white Corniche, suddenly he's concerned for the kids' welfare.
Well, maybe he's concerned about his cultural welfare. I mean, this is Palm Springs.
Nice talking to you, Mr. Ash.
I went to the library and looked back through some old phone books. When I hit 1973, I found Laney's mother, Jane Bowen. As a reporter, it used to amuse me how often a story took you to a trailer park. It was like the place where dead information got washed up and thought it was safe.
Mrs. Poulsen?
Yes?
Hi, I'm Jacob Ash. I'm an investigator for a legal firm, and I'm trying to locate Jane Bowen or her daughter Laney. How are you doing today?
Hi. Mrs. Bowen died. I bought this place off Laney 6 years ago.
Do you remember the name that she used on the legal documents?
Bowen, Laney Bowen. What's this about, anyway?
She didn't have much to say, but she was anxious to say it. Gossip. Laney had been living here with a boyfriend who used to beat her up. Well, it figured, but it didn't do me any good.
Be careful.
Careful? Careful of what? I should have asked. Only fools ignore the strange warnings of trailer park ladies. I ignored her warning and went to check the marriage and divorce records. I got lucky. Laney had divorced McMurtry in 1977, and on June 20th, 1981, she married one Simon Fleischer at 454 Fairmont Road, Palm Springs, which was also listed as Fleischer's address. She drove her Rolls Royce on the Palm Canyon, and I followed. I assumed it was Laney, and if it was, she'd come a long way since the trailer park days. But then again, appearances can be deceiving. Sometimes when money has bought off all your material fears, it just reveals the next layer down, and the next, and the next.
Money.
No,
Not as much as I love you.
I couldn't get a good shot, and it wasn't worth the risk to stand there with a camera glued to my face. And besides, if it was her up there, it was none of my business. I could have talked to her already, but for some reason I didn't. I guess it was like being a reporter again. I wondered if Fleischer knew about her life with McMurtry. I wondered if she ever thought about those years as she drove around this artificial village in the desert. Maybe not. Maybe she was one of those women who change their memories to suit their men.
Hi. I'm Jacob Ash. How you doing? I'm fine, thank you.
Are you,
I'm a teacher here. I teach ethics.
You don't look like a teacher.
What does a teacher look like?
Are you flirting with me, Mr. Ash?
Absolutely.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I spent the whole day shopping, but I finally found them.
Oh, this is great. All right.
I'm taking them home today, Pam.
Oh, okay. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, this is Mr. Ash, but you know that, of course. He teaches you ethics, right?
Ethics. What are ethics?
You're not doing your job very well, are you?
You've got a point.
A pleasure, Mr. Ash.
Pleasure, Mr. Ash.
See ya.
Did you have a good day?
Oh, yeah, it was very exciting.
Did you learn anything?
Laney, what are ethics?
I found him.
You did?
Yeah,
What's he like?
I don't know.
Can he come to the opening tomorrow night?
I didn't ask.
Did you talk to him at all?
A couple of words, yeah.
What about her?
More than a couple of words.
Oh, so it's still there, is it?
Yeah. Hey, McMurtry, she looks younger than you. A lot younger. As a matter of fact, she looks good.
Hey, up yours, Ash. I'd look a lot younger than me, too, if I had a whole string of suckers looking after me all these years. Tell her from me I'm gonna want to see Brian tomorrow night. Tell her I'm gonna buy him a car so he can come down to L.A. weekends. Tell her...
Hey, McMurtry, I told you I'd find him, okay? I didn't say I'd get involved.
Ash, you're a pain in the ass, but I like you.
You're right, I love you too.
Thanks for doing this.
Doing what?
Stay there. Make sure they're not leaving town, and I'll see you at the opening. By the way, do you have a number for him?
No. I'll get one tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
My Aunt Shirley used to say, if you want to be happy, mind your own business. But I think it was Einstein who said, happiness is for pigs. I had lied to McMurtry. I did have her phone number. But somehow I just couldn't give it to him. I guess I thought Laney deserved a chance to think before he came crashing back into her life. And there was something else. I wanted to see her again.
Excuse me, Mrs. Fleischer?
Yes.
You've got a call from the gate.
Who is it?
A man named Jacob Ash. He says he met you at the high school.
I know where I met him. What does he want?
He looks for Jerry McMurtry.
I'll take it out here, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ash,
Mm-hmm.
can you meet me in an hour?
Yeah.
Do you know where the windmills are just outside of town?
Yes, I do.
I lied to you this afternoon. I would never teach ethics.
That's obvious. What does he want?
He wants to see Brian.
He waited 11 years too long. Brian's dead.
Then who are you with today?
My stepson, Donnie. How well do you know Gerald?
Not that well.
The biggest mistake I ever made in my life was marrying that man. You've no idea what he did to me. He made me suffer more than anyone deserves. He made me suffer until he broke me. I was 18 when we met, and when he left me, I was only 21. I had no money, and I had no place to go. But I have money now. And I can pay you more than he can. I'd like you to tell him you couldn't find me.
How did Brian die?
It's a car accident.
Where?
Outside Palm Desert. I was working 2 jobs, trying to save money to take Brian on vacation, and I fell asleep at the wheel.
We have a problem. I already told him I found you and Brian.
Whatever it takes, I'll provide. I'm begging you, please, keep him away from me. In all these years when I needed him, he never once tried to help. Now I finally achieved some measure of happiness in my life, and he'll come back and try to destroy it.
What makes you think that?
As you said, you don't know him.
No, I don't.
Well,
I was hired to do a job, Mrs. Fleischer.
when you told me what you were really doing, I thought maybe you were your own man. I was mistaken. Why did you really want to see me? Maybe you ought to think about that before you start screwing up my life.
Mona, I've made a terrible mistake.
How terrible?
The kid I saw, it wasn't his. His kid died 11 years ago.
You're right, Ash. That's a terrible mistake.
Tell him to call me when he comes in, okay?
Let me do it.
Mona, tell him to call me.
Ash, I know the guy.
Okay, you know the guy, but it's my problem. Tell him to call me, Mona.
You're right, Mr. Subtle.
You got a point. Thanks, Mona.
Looking back on it, I wish I'd gone straight home. But I didn't have a home, so I went to the police station. I thought the least I could do for McMurtry was get all the details.
41856.
You got the wrong form. Fran, give me a release form for an accident report. This is garbage. Got a pen? Red pen?
Yeah, but
It's unbelievable, man. It's regulations, you understand? Okay, sign here. Put your address. File is, you got it.
Brian McMurtry had died on January the 4th, 1974. Cause of death was skull fracture and cerebral hemorrhage. There were other details, mention of certain old scars, his exact weight, and that was it. No prom night, no first kiss, No love affairs. Thinking about it, you could almost be grateful for all the pain you went through.
Welcome to Gerald McMurtry's show. It's a wonderful show.
You serve tequila?
No, I'm afraid we don't.
Over here.
Sorry.
Ash, come on over here. I want you to meet somebody.
Excuse me.
My favorite dick.
Ash, this is Pam here, and Robert, my friend who owns the gallery, and this guy over here is
Tommy Walsh.
Yeah, Tommy Walsh.
Hi, man. Nice to meet you.
Ash, I need to speak to you for a second. Could you
What is it?
us?
You haven't told him, huh?
Not
Tell
now,
me
it
what?
can
I
wait.
haven't
It
told
can wait.
Tell me.
I made a mistake. The kid I saw, it wasn't Brian.
So where's Brian?
It was a car accident.
Who was driving?
Laney. His report. I don't know what to say. I just... He hit me, Mona.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. He's used to it. No, really. It's no problem.
Now you mustn't be upset. You mustn't be upset. He does this all the time. So have some champagne and forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah. Maybe tonight, with help from my old friend Tequila, I might forget about it. But when I woke up, there would be that mescal worm chewing through my brain and yelling, "Hey, gringo, remember last night? Well, here's the check and all your memories, too." No, I never could forget my failures, Denise.
Hi.
Hi.
Pam, right?
Right.
Pam, I think you're really cute, but I don't want any trouble, okay? So, good night.
I was just bored, that's all.
That's life.
Ash? Ash?
What do you want?
McMurtry's still out there.
How do you know?
How do you think? We share the same hotel room.
Oh, now I understand.
Look, I didn't tell him because if I had, he wouldn't have come to the opening. Or he would have been there drunk. And it's my job to achieve the first and avoid the latter. That's what I do.
Hey, don't get cranky, Mona.
It's called earning a living.
Okay, I get the message.
I got a call from the cops.
Yeah?
He went up to the Fleischer house. There was some kind of commotion. He is no longer welcome in Palm Springs. You always sleep with your clothes on these days?
Yeah, it's traditional in this line of work.
You always were too hard on yourself, Ash. You know what I mean?
Mona.
Hmm?
Mona.
What?
Mona.
What?
It won't work. Look, that was then and this is now. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Besides, I thought you were McMurtry's girl.
Nobody's that man's girl. I mean, what's there to be with? He doesn't need anything.
Seems to me he needs a friend about now.
That's where you come in.
Great. Mona, give me a break.
Okay? Sober him up and bring him back. Night, Ash.
Hey, Donnie. You remember me, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah, get your fucking hands off me.
Okay. I heard about last night. I'm sorry. I was just doing my job.
Maybe you should find another job.
You got a point, my man. Look,
I've gonna lost the guy who's paying me. And if I don't find him, I don't get paid.
Well, is this the first time you've done this?
Yeah. You see, I'm a reporter, but I fucked up, and this is what I got.
Johnny, come on, I'm late!
Listen, Donnie, have you seen McMurtry?
Yeah, that guy came around last night, and I heard him and Laney talking. And then Dad came downstairs to see who it was, and it got pretty nasty.
Johnny, hurry up!
Did he say anything about where he was going?
Would Dad have choking him to death? No.
Did you hear what he and Laney were talking about?
Brian. He was blaming her for it, you know? I could have forgave him everything else, but I mean, that was cold.
It was his son.
Yeah, I know, he was some father. Thought my dad was an asshole.
It's okay, man.
So you take it easy.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Bye, Mr. Ash.
Bye, Mr. Ash.
Don't move. Were you employed by Gerald McMurtry?
Yes.
Were you employed as a private detective?
I guess so.
Yes or no answers, please.
Yes.
Was the last time you saw Donnie Fleischer yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock?
Yes.
Have you ever used marijuana?
No.
Was your mother's maiden name Rosen?
Berg. Rosenberg. Yes.
Are you involved in any way in the kidnapping of Donnie Fleischer?
No.
Call came in around 3 a.m. Donnie's voice, probably recording, said for Fleischer to have 500,000 bucks ready for tonight.
So what's McMurtry got to do with that?
Oh, just a theory. Plus, the Draper girl says that when Donnie left her, he went to see a man named Jerry. Plus, where is McMurtry? Plus, that's the idea the Fleischers seem to like.
I don't buy it.
I'm not selling it.
Great. I couldn't believe McMurtry would do something like this. But if he had, I was partly to blame. I couldn't believe things could get any worse, but they could. The Fleischers would see to that, and I'd be there helping. How's it going?
Mr. Fleischer would like to see you.
Your car or mine?
I'll drive.
The Fleischers are by the pool, sir. Through the living room, please.
So this was what it was like to be rich in the desert. Strange to think of Donnie living here. Did he do his homework watching the 5 TV screens? Or did he invite 4 friends who all liked different programs? Rich kids. I'd met a few and Donnie didn't seem like any of them.
Thank you for coming.
I didn't know I had a choice.
How much was McMurtry paying you to find my wife?
$200 a day plus expenses.
Ethics should mean more than that.
Got a point.
I'll pay you $500 a day.
For what?
You spent time with the man recently. I'm told that you have developed some kind of a rapport with him. You might be able to tell us which way he's going to jump when things start happening.
You really think that McMurtry's got him?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because it all adds up.
You didn't see him when he came by.
The FBI shrink said that maybe this is his way of getting back at Laney for Brian's death.
If he took him for revenge, why the ransom?
Because he grabbed him impulsively, and then he got scared. And now he can't get to his money, and now he needs his money to escape. What the hell is the difference? The important thing is to negotiate successfully.
Mr. Ash, I have spent my whole life building an empire that grosses over $80 million a year. I never realized how little it meant to me.
I'll do what I can, but I don't want your money.
When I pay a man, I know that he's my man.
Excuse me, Mr. Fleischer. I don't want to be your man.
Ash, this is Norton of the FBI. Ash has agreed to help us.
McDonald wanted a few words.
What is it, Ron?
Well, I just wanted to try and ask you to keep the local force informed, Mr. Fleischer. I know you've been under a lot of pressure.
Ron? When I informed you last night that my kid was missing, you told me he was probably out joyriding. An hour later, you're off the case, Ron. We got over 100 FBI men in town, enough to put surveillance on every phone booth from here to Indio. I think we could do without your yokels.
Well, that's all very impressive, Mr. Fleischer, but all I'm saying
Norton
is
is in
just give us a...
charge. You work it out with him.
See over there? Yeah, that's where Patton was on maneuvers, training for North Africa. Yeah, when I was a kid, you could have shot a cannon from here to Indio and never hit a damn thing. Now look at this place, huh? It's all country clubs and millionaire golfers. Yeah, the thing is, you see, when you got this kind of money concentrated in one place, I mean, the main purpose of the police department is to be polite, and that's it.
Got a hell of a scrapbook here, McDonald. So, what's the word on this girl, Pam?
Pam Draper?
Yeah.
What a piece of tail, huh?
Yeah.
She's a good kid. She's a little crazy, but, you know, not in a nasty way like some of these rich brats. Her old man runs a shoe store. It's funny because, no matter how scruffy she looks, she's always got great shoes. She and Donnie are friends. She was with him early evening, and then she was with a new boyfriend, some, I don't know, some older guy.
Yeah. Did she mention she saw me one night?
Well, maybe you're the new boyfriend, eh?
Give me a break, McDonald. What else?
Nothing worth having. I don't know, she knows a lot about a lot of things, is my guess, but, well, little Pammy ain't talking right now. Unless she's afraid to talk to me, because I'm a cop. Kids this age, I mean, they think we got no sense of proportion. Shit, even my own kids don't talk to me.
It's a wonder.
Hey, pal!
What are you doing?
Why'd you run away from me?
Because you ran away from me.
Hey, that was different.
Yeah, I didn't know who you worked for then.
What are you doing now?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody thinks he snatched Don. What do you think?
What do you think?
I don't know. That's why I have to talk to you.
Well, I told that McDonald guy everything I know.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't tell him he came to see me that night.
Well, why should I?
Why did he come to see me that night?
You don't know?
Let's talk about Donnie. What kind of boy is he?
What kind of boy is he? Well, he's better off than some of the rich kids, and he's worse off than others.
What does that mean?
I mean, he's lonely because his father couldn't give two shits about him, and he thinks that Laney
Back
does.
it up. What do you mean?
Oh,
his
come on,
father
wake
couldn't-
up! Okay, because they're just like the rest of us. They just have these higher walls to hide behind, that's all. I mean, his daddy's so rich that he could just dump $1 million and not even notice it. He's so stingy that Donnie doesn't even have a scooter. You know? And Laney? She just uses him. I mean, Donnie's just her little plaything, you know, and he knows it, and that's why he tells lies. You know, it's pathetic, really.
But you like him anyway.
Yeah. When he's being himself, he's great.
You know where he is, don't you, Pam?
Fuck you, okay? Are you going with me? Okay, fine. Give me those.
What do you know, Pam? You don't give a shit, do you? What do you know? Tell me what you know.
I know nothing, okay? I just don't want to be fake like those Fleischers, all right? See, I am worried about Donnie, but me going around tearing my hair out about it isn't gonna do him any good now, is it?
You could try brushing it.
You love it and you know it. Give me those. Bye.
A pretty girl who knows how to lie. That's what I call a heartbreaker. I thank God she was too young for me. I went back to the house to wait for the ransom call.
Have any luck with the Draper girl?
Laney was reading The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. Each page took a long time, but she was keeping her cool. Maybe she used to tension at an early age. For the rest of us, it was not so easy. I wandered around aimlessly, waiting for the night and trying not to think of all the bad things that could happen. George cooked waffles for the feds. I wished I had something to do.
At least let me have a man in the trunk. You don't know what could happen.
Go alone. I'm going to do exactly as I was told, and I'm not going to risk his life so that one of you won't become a hero.
It's okay. It's only a plate.
I'm sorry. I thought if I looked around the room, I could get to know him better.
It's all right.
Mind if we keep looking?
No. Do I get a second chance?
Everybody gets a second chance.
Even ex-convicts?
Yeah, even them.
My husband was very impressed. Going to jail on a matter of principle is something quite out of his experience.
He'll get over that. Principles had nothing to do with it.
Why don't you tell me about it?
Why?
Because I'm interested in you.
I was doing a story on illegal stock market activity. I thought if I revealed my source, he'd kill me. The guy owned the paper, a man I liked and trusted. He was involved in the scandal. I didn't know it at the time, but I'd have found out.
You were set up?
Yeah.
How?
He said to me, Jacob, the paper will stand behind you. When it came to trial, I was alone.
He knew I couldn't tell the judge where I was getting my information from.
And by the time I got out of jail, it'd be old news.
What was the charge?
Contempt. All my friends stood back and watched and kept their jobs. It isn't such a bad thing. It's not a business I feel that at ease with anymore. And that's why I'm sitting here in the desert, sweating.
Hello. Take the money to the Indian Fairgrounds. Bring anyone with you and I'll kill Donnie. You got 10 minutes.
Simon.
This is it. Let's roll.
Simon. Simon, wait. Take Ash with you. Simon. Simon, let somebody come with you.
We're wasting time!
All right, you know the drill. Keep your distances, you guys. Okay.
Mr. Ash goes with you.
Come on. Go. Go! Stay with me. I will. I got it.
No trains on the call. There he is, right there. It's right there. See him?
Mr. Fleischer, we want to make sure we've got communication. Say something, please.
Can you hear me, Norton?
Okay, now check the mic in the visor.
Can you hear me?
Thank you, Mr. Fleischer. Mr. Fleischer, please slow down. You've still got 7 minutes. We don't want an accident.
Haber, it's Norton here. We're on Palm Canyon. We got him in sight.
Oh, he's making the turn here. Stay with him.
Can you see his car yet?
Slow down. Slow down.
Haber here, switch to
You
tack
gotta
2.
keep us informed, Mr. Fleischer. We can't follow too close.
It's too remote out here. We'll be seen if we keep coming. You're on your own now.
Keep him on the ground for now.
I have to stop here, Mr. Fleischer.
There's an empty piece of ground on the reservation.
Let's go through a gateway. There's nobody around. There's no lights, nothing. There's nobody here.
This isn't it. No one would choose this as a drop site in a million years.
He's got him on the phone.
Go back onto Palm Canyon, take a left on Country Club, and then a right onto the golf course. On the other side, you'll see a fence. Throw the money over. You got 5 minutes. It'll take time. I don't know.
Fuck!
Units 9.
What is it?
15,
Stuck!
18, 20, and 21. Go on
Palm Canyon towards Country Club. I'll give you specifics in a minute. Move! Highway Patrol,
What's going on out there?
Patrol, we'd like freeway exits 12 and 13.
Come get me out of here, please!
Hurry!
Gordon, please!
Mr. Fleischer, you still got 4 minutes, but you gotta get a hold on yourself. Mr. Fleischer, stop. Please, calm down. You gotta pull yourself together, for God's sake.
Hey, where's he going? Get out of the car, call him.
Ash! Stop, Ash! What the hell do you think you're doing?
Shut up, Norton. Now we've only got 3 minutes. Goddamn bozo.
Can you see Country Club yet?
This is Haber. From another mobile phone. Could be anywhere. This is Brown. Roger, we read you.
Norton, I got it. I'm making a left on Country Club.
You got 2 minutes. Keep going.
Right.
Seal off the area around Country Club near Palm Canyon. Roger, that's perfect. I'm about to I'm on it. Highway Patrol, maintain your presence.
Oh, you scared me. Oh, man.
Well?
The bag broke.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding, Norton.
Chief. What are we gonna do about these guys in the buggies? We sit and watch.
You think they might be part of it?
I doubt it. Just lousy luck. Kids do this kind of thing out in the desert.
What happened to Fleischer?
I sent him back with Garth. He wasn't feeling good.
Who the hell is?
Who bought that bag?
I don't know, Chief.
Better send someone to get the money. It's over.
Why didn't you listen to instructions? There was something else we could have done. We had to stay and watch the bag. The people in the dune buggies could have found the money. I had more money! I only had one, son!
He's dead.
Don't say that.
He's dead.
Don't say that, Simon.
It's your fault. You have brought me nothing but bad luck. You drag your past around like a mad dog. You killed him. You. Laney! Laney! Laney!
Simon's right. It is my fault. I killed Brian, and now they've taken Donnie from me. I failed everyone.
Laney.
It's my fault.
Laney.
It is my fault.
Laney, stop.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault, Laney. Brian died in an accident. It's nobody's fault.
I better go.
Hey, Laney. Things will only get better. I promise.
Goodbye, Ash.
I think we found his body.
This area here also. I got it here. Tag it. There it is, pretty well. You look kind of fresh. You want to get some plaster Terceiro right away?
Back off, Phil.
I got some in my car.
Oh. That's him. Yeah. That's him. That's him.
How long? Maybe 48 hours. What? He's got a bullet hole behind his ear. Looks like a .22. Plus he's been beaten and stabbed and...
Simon, wait for me!
Here comes Fleischer. Don't let him right. Do not let him...
Fleischer, I can't let you go in.
Oh!
Paramedics, over here! Come down here, okay? Now, put your hand on his neck. Okay, hold his head back, hold his nose shut. Okay, breathe into his mouth. Real slow. Come on, breathe into his mouth. 4 deep breaths. Go for it, come on. Make way here. Here. Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Get these folks back, will you, please?
Are you okay?
Yes.
Ash, get over here. We're on our way, yeah, 10th floor.
What's that?
We think we found McMurtry. Looks like suicide.
What a day.
Yeah.
Donnie and now McMurtry. And this would be McMurtry because this would be the kind of place he'd choose. Get up close to the sky, feel the wind, remember.
That's him.
How long?
3, maybe 4 hours.
The grip on the gun's loose. Isn't there usually a death spasm when somebody shoots themselves in the head?
Not necessarily. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Nobody knows why for sure. Maybe this will explain it. The guy's a junkie.
McMurtry hired me to do a job, and I failed him badly. Donnie had said, maybe you should find another job, but by then it was already too late. I didn't know either of them well, but it felt like I still owed them something. I decided to stay in Palm Springs a little longer. Fleisch's heart attack put him on the critical list. The police were satisfied with the obvious conclusion. McMurtry kidnapped Donnie, lost his nerve when he failed to collect the money, killed him, and then took his own life. The investigation was closed. It had been suggested that his pictures displayed a violent attitude toward children. But the more I looked at them, the more convinced I became of the opposite. The kid was not the object of McMurtry's sadism, but of his concern. Sure, the facts went with the police theory, but I had something more powerful than facts. I had my instincts back. McMurtry wasn't capable of killing anyone, least of all Donnie. I was certain of it.
Hello, Ash.
They're worth a lot more now, aren't they?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they are. We're on our way to New York.
That's my girl. Always thinking. You know something you're not telling me, Mona?
He killed the kid. He shot himself. Is there any reason why I should suffer too?
Not a one. What about you?
What about me what?
You think he did it too?
Of course he did. It's absolutely his style.
I made a mistake. Some people are just as sick as they seem. I did everything I possibly could.
You're a saint, Mona. A saint.
Who is it?
It's Laney. I can't stay in that house alone.
Sometimes you make love and it completes the picture. Sometimes you make love and find yourself sitting outside a cheap motel room drinking tequila and feeling uneasy. You drink more tequila and ask yourself a lot of dumb questions. And then you go to sleep, and in the morning, the woman is gone.
Is there anything I can get for you?
Coffee, black.
Sexy. How's Laney?
Seems okay.
Is that right?
What's this?
Well, that's a copy of an arrest report from 1973. Section 273A of the California Penal Code. Felony child abuse. Guess who?
Laney.
Mm-hmm. I thought I recognized her. But I didn't interview her. I interviewed Brian.
Steamer?
Well, to teach him not to touch hard things. Then there's the broken wrist. We never did get the straight story from him about that.
What happened?
Are you joking? Same thing that usually happens in battered children cases. Laney claimed it was all an accident. He must have been playing in the cupboard. And she never hit him in her life, and the steam iron fell off the ironing board by mistake, and yada, yada, yada. And the kid, he starts crying. And he wants to go home, and he wants his mommy, and nothing he said was true. And we got no case, and it's over.
You think, Murphy found out about this?
I don't think. Palm Springs is satisfied with the outcome as it stands, and I never gave you that. You understand?
How did Brian die?
It's a car accident.
Who was driving?
Laney.
I'd like you to tell him that you couldn't find me.
And this guy over here is,
Tommy Walsh?
Why did you come and see me last night?
What do you think?
She knows a lot about a lot of things, but little Pammy ain't talking now.
You know where he is, don't you, Pam?
Fuck you.
Where were you that night?
Which night?
Pam, don't play games with me. I saw what was going on in there. The night Donnie disappeared.
I was with him, Tommy.
I heard that version. Now tell me the truth. Please, tell me the truth. Talk to me, girl. He knew Donnie, didn't he? How did they meet? Through Laney?
Yeah. Tommy and Laney were...
They were lovers.
Ever since Brian was alive. You know, I wish she'd stayed with him and kept him out of my hair.
What happened? Come on, Pam, talk to me. What happened?
Donnie got me pregnant.
Yeah.
And had an abortion. There was nobody to talk to. My parents are Catholic. But Tommy was our friend.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk to him about anything.
Yeah.
And he helped us with the operation. But then he started wanting things from us.
Like what?
No. Like Donnie had to deliver things and pick up these packages. And you saw, right? Please don't tell my parents.
What about Laney?
Have you ever seen them together?
No.
You should see the way she looks at him.
You weren't with him that night, were you? Yeah.
No. I lied.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, stop. Can you drive? Look at me. Say, Ash, I can drive.
Ash, I can drive.
Are you all right now?
Yeah.
Okay, don't answer the door for anyone, okay?
Not even for you?
Act your age, Pam.
I'm over 18.
Good for you. Let's keep you over 18. Pam, do you think Lenny loves Walsh?
What's love?
I'll get back to you.
Jacob, what is it? Tell me, what...
Ow! What are you...
I know just about everything, Laney. I know about you and Tommy Walsh. I know you still see him. I know that Murty did not kidnap Donnie because I know Walsh's alibi for that night is nothing but a goddamn lie.
What are you talking about?
Pam told me everything. I know he was blackmailing her and Donnie on account of an abortion he helped him get. I know he was blackmailing you about Brian. What I don't know, Laney, is how much you know.
What the hell's going on here?
Move. Him.
You all right, ma'am?
It's all right, George.
Are you sure, ma'am?
I'm sure it's all right. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, ma'am.
He was blackmailing Pam and Donnie. What for? Neither of them had any money.
Donnie ran errands for him and Pam went to bed with him.
She's lying! Just because he went to bed with some slut doesn't make him a kidnapper or a murderer. One thing you've got to understand about
he
Tommy...
killed Donnie. I'm convinced of it. It would have been so easy. The boy worked for him.
Why do you keep dismissing Jerry?
Tommy was at the gallery. He was there when I gave Murty the news. He was there with Pam. And I'm sure he told Murty what you did to Brian. And Murty came down here and set himself up.
What? What did I do to Brian?
Laney, please. I know about the child abuse charge. McDonald told me.
Listen.
Walls probably captured him right after he came here. He waited a day and got down here. If it had worked out, he probably would have buried McMurtry in the desert. He'd have waited a while and left with the money. Damn near a perfect crime. Maybe he would have taken Pam with him. Or better yet, hey, maybe he would have taken you.
Do you have any evidence?
No, I don't have any fucking evidence. God damn it. Fucking hell. But I can get some. God damn, I can get some if you'll help me.
Yeah.
Tommy, are you all right?
Laney?
You're in trouble. What did you do?
What are you talking about? What happened?
The ex-reporter I told you about? He's been around here asking questions. Strange questions.
Like what?
I can't talk now, but if you've done something wrong, you better take care of it.
So where is he now?
I have to go. I'm at the hospital and Simon's waking up.
Wait a minute, Laney.
The truth never brought anyone back from the dead, and I knew what I was doing was stupid, but I had to take this all the way. I owed it to Donnie, I owed it to McMurtry, and most of all, I owed it to myself. I had remembered something a friend of mine in homicide once told me. Killers long for an excuse to go back to where they killed. It's as if they know it's where their own destruction begins, and they have to check it out just one more time.
Toe.
Oh, man. What? What the fuck was that?
It's what kept your friend McMurtry quiet.
I'm 36 years old, Jacob. When I was younger, I fell in love all the time. It was easy. Love. I didn't know what love was till I met Laney. We're all walking on such thin ice. I didn't know it, but when I met her, I fell through. So the plan was she was going to marry someone like Fleischer. This place is infested with them. And then she was going to get a divorce and money, and she lost her nerve. She was never that close to Fleischer. It was the kid. Because she killed Brian, Donnie seemed like a chance to atone, I think.
How'd she kill Brian?
She beat him to death. The accident was just an invention. It was my invention to get her out of the hole. I was always getting her out of a hole. Sure, she kept me comfortable, and I tried some of my own rackets, but I was lonely, Jacob. I was so lonely until now. Now we'll reinvent ourselves, Jacob. Fleischer will die, we'll sell the house, and we'll go anywhere we want to go.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Bye-bye. Oh, Laney, don't. Oh! Oh, Laney! Laney! Oh, Laney! Laney, no! Wait! Laney! No, wait! Wait, Laney! No! Laney! No! Oh, God! Please, Laney! Come on, Laney! Honey! Laney, honey! Oh!
Welcome back.
She didn't shoot me.
No, not this time.
She shoot him?
The only person that shot you, as much as we can figure out, is the late Tommy Walsh, full of smack. Now, what's the buzz like, huh?
It's interesting. How'd she get there?
Well, she called Walsh from her car and followed you both.
How'd I get here?
Laney brought you.
Yeah?
She sent all these.
How is Laney?
Rich and famous. Fleischer kissed this world goodbye, and the press has gone crazy for her.
Head up just a bit, please.
Hello. Are you all right? Did you get the flowers I sent you?
Yeah, I saw the flowers, Laney.
Could you leave us alone for a moment, please?
Certainly, Mrs. Fleischer.
The orchids came all the way from Switzerland. Have you ever been to Switzerland, Jacob?
Not recently.
I love Switzerland. I love the air in the mountains. It's so pure and fresh, it almost hurts when you breathe. I was there once with my husband.
Yeah, I heard about Mr. Fleischer. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What happened? The truth killing?
What truth?
Tommy told me about Brian, Laney.
What about Brian?
That you killed him.
And you believed him?
I think so.
I didn't kill him.
Then who did?
Things. Pressure. It was an accident. When Jerry left.
You don't have to explain it to me, Laney.
Then how much do I owe you?
Laney, you don't owe me a thing. You don't owe anybody anything. Tommy was the only one who could have proved a goddamn thing, and where is Tommy? It's over, Laney. Only it's not, is it?
Never.
Anyway, I just came by to say thank you
For what?
for saving my life. It's a hell of a thing to do for someone.
Don't you understand? None of this means anything to me without you. But together we could reinvent ourselves. We could sell this place. We could travel. We could go anywhere you wanted to go.
Laney, we could never do anything together.
You promised me that things would only get better.
I was mistaken.
Goodbye, Mr. Ash.
Good luck. You're gonna need it, Laney. Tommy was right. We are walking on very thin ice. I came to the desert looking for the child this woman killed, and now 3 more people were dead. If she was to blame for her son's death, to what extent was I to blame for the others? We like to think we're in control, that our judgment guides us, but sometimes it's just bad luck that sends you crashing through the ice. When that happens, maybe it's best not to ask too many questions, but just wish good luck to the survivors and keep your hope intact.
Hi.
Hi.
got your message. I was working at the store.
I wanted to see you again before I left. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm better than okay. I didn't think I could take it much longer, though. You know?
I know. Well, I'm going home.
What about our date?
Our date?
Mm-hmm.
Pam, you know what you asked me the other night? You said, what's love? Well, I don't know. But you gotta keep on looking.